Hello guys, I am back with another video. I don't plan on showing myself in this video because I am quarantined and I look busted. So, and I was lazy. I didn't feel like putting on my lashes and stuff like that today for a video. So, it's a cooking video, so I really don't matter. Anyway, I'm making ackee and sawfish. These are the ingredients I will be using. I have tomatoes, onions, ackee in a can, black pepper, onions, some garlic cloves down there that I already peeled, thyme in the Ziploc bag, and this is my saltfish. I have green bananas, a little bit of cornmeal, and some flour for the dumplings. I swear, as soon as I picked up this camera to record, everything in my house want to make noise. Now my cat is like playing with the blinds. Okay, whatever. So, yeah, we're gonna get started. First thing I'm going to do is rinse off my sawfish because obviously it is extremely salty. So I'm gonna rinse it off. Rinse off as much salt as I can. Then I'm with warm water. Then I'm going to put it in a pot and put it on the stove to boil for about 10 minutes. Then I will be pouring that water off, putting some fresh water in, and putting it on the stove, in the pot, on the stove for about another 10 minutes to boil again to get as much of that salt out as I can. So I'm going to do that step and I'll be back. So I'm rinsing the salt with some warm water. Now I'm trying to hold this camera and do the steps, so bear with me guys with my shaking camera and everything else that might be going on in the process. Pour that water off of there. I'm going to go in and rinse it again. And this is what it looks like. It's filleted. It's boneless. I'm so excited to be making this meal and most importantly eating this meal. I haven't had it in so long. I haven't cooked it in even longer. Catch some water in the pot and put it on to boil. Okay, so now I just put some water on to boil. Y'all like my red pot, by the way? And I got pink pots too. Pink pots was a gift. Love them. Anywho, sidetracked it. So I put water on to boil. I am going to add some salt to this water. It's not going to make the dumplings salty. In this pot, I'm going to boil my dumplings and my green banana, my provisions. It's going to be boiled in this pot. So I put that in there. Once it starts to boil, I'm going to add a little bit of water. I'm going to add my dumpling, let those cook a bit, and I'm going to add my green banana as well. So now that's boiling. The saltfish is over there. I'm going to wait for that to boil. And now I'm going to prepare the dough for the dumpling. Okay, so I have already put my flour and cornmeal inside the bowl. I'm bad with measuring, guys. I kind of just, when I cook, I'm very good with just ironing it out and knowing like that's the perfect amount. If I had to give it a measurement, I would say there's about 2 cups of flour in here and maybe like a little less than a half of cup of cornmeal. So I'm going to mix it up. Yes, I am using my hands. When you make dumplings, you use your hands. You don't use a spoon. Then I'm just gonna add water. Try not to make a mess. Same thing with the water. Right now I have I want to say 3 cups of water just sitting there. This is very hard to mix and record, so I'm gonna mix this up a bit and then I'll be back. Now I came back to show you guys that as I was mixing it, it was like really gooky. So I added more flour and now I'm gonna mix again. This is where I am in the process, still kneading. And I have to say, guys, while dumpling is one of my favorite things to eat, it is definitely not one of my favorite things to make. So still kneading. It's a little sticky, so I'm gonna have to add a little bit more flour and keep kneading. All right, guys, so I'm all done with making my dough for my dumplings. Again, not my favorite thing to do, but definitely one of my favorite things to eat. So now that that's done, the saltfish is now boiling. So I'm going to pour that water off, put some more water on, and let that boil again. The water for the dumplings is also boiling. So I'm going to add a tad bit of oil in the water now. And then I am going to come back and start to show you guys how I mold the dumplings and throw those in the pot as well. Problem I'm having now though is I don't have my tripod yet, so I don't know how I could prop this up to show you guys. I want to show you how I like mold my dumplings. I'll figure it out. Alright guys, so I could not figure out how to prop this camera up and make these dumplings. So unfortunately, you will not see me making the dumpling patties. But again, I did get this video idea from the Baddie twins. If you guys are not following them or never heard of them, definitely go check them out. They are super funny. But if you search up Baddie twins, Ackee and Sawfish, it'll come up. They have like 2 videos. I am going off of their latest video. I think it was like a couple of months ago. But in their video, you'll see how the dumpling patties are formed. I pretty much just did the same thing. So there's that. I have my saltfish still going and the water going for the dumplings. I was able to get, what is this, 2, 4, 6, 10 dumplings out of the dough that I had. So I'm just going to now place them in the water. They will sink to the bottom of the water, the bottom of the pot, but you'll know they're done because they will start to rise to the top as they are cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the water and try not to burn myself, and I'll be back with the next step. All right, guys and gals. So now we are going to move on to making the sauce for the ackee and saltfish. I am going to dice up the tomatoes, the onions. You really only need 1 onion. And in the video of the Baddie twins, they actually use 1 onion. But I love onions, and these onions that I have are kind of small, so I'm going to use 2. I haven't decided if I'm going to use 3 or all 4 of these tomatoes yet. I might just use all 4. I'm going to use all 4. I'm going to crush my 2 garlic cloves. I originally had 3 garlic cloves, but I got rid of 1 in the time. So I'm going to dice them up and I'll be back. So this is how I diced up my tomatoes. I have my salsa pot on with a little bit of oil in it. And I have it on very low heat. I had that heating up as I was dicing my tomatoes. So now I'm just going to add my tomatoes right into it and let that start to saute. So we have our onions all chopped up. The 2 garlic cloves, I smashed them. I used the knife, like the, I turned the knife flat and smashed them. You can use a can too. That's probably the safest way to do it. But your girl's a vet, so I'm good. I still have the tomatoes going. This is what it looks like. If we could calm down the steam. Everybody calm down. Okay. So I am going to add the onions and the garlic and the thyme all to this. This is what we're looking like. So it's getting the color. And again, I put 2 onions because I love onions, especially cooked onions. But if you're not an onion lover and you just want to try out the recipe, recreate the video, or again, just try it out. If you want to just put 1 onion, that's fine. If you want more onions, that's fine. Do it to your liking. Or if this is your first time trying it, you want to just do what I did. I put 2 onions. But again, they weren't large onions. They were relatively small onions. I'm going to try to add the onions while I'm holding the camera. Let's see. I got about 99.9% of it in while holding the camera. Add these extra onions. No onions left behind, because I want to eat them all. So now I have the onions and the garlic in there. It smells so good in here already. The saltfish is done cooking. I turned it off. It's just sitting there. I just got to get to the next step with that, which is going to be, I'm going to pour the water off and rinse it in like some cool water. And then I'm going to mash it up. So the next time you guys see the saltfish, it's actually going to be like mashed up almost into like little crumbles. But not so crummy. Like I like to have some chunks in my saltfish. But this is what the onions, the garlic, and the tomato is looking like. I'm just going to throw the thyme in here as well. So I'm going to leave this to sit. And I'm going to get the green banana in the pot with the dumplings now. What I'm going to do as far as the green banana goes is I am going to rinse them, peel the stickers off. I'm going to chop the tails off, and I'm going to take the knife, because you guys won't be able to see me doing this either, because again, your girl don't have her tripod yet, but it's in the mail. Wait on it. But I'm going to take the knife. Again, I'm going to chop the tips off. Then I'm going to take the knife and make a slit here. I'm not going to take it out of the peeling. Now, honestly, anytime I make green bananas, I've always taken it out of the peeling. I have seen it cooked many times in the peeling. I personally just have never tried it. So I'm going to try it today. We'll see what's going to happen. Alright guys, so this is where we are with the dumpling and the green banana. Coming along pretty good so far. And then, like I said earlier, I cut the ends off of the green bananas and I slid it down the middle. And I actually cut them in half. So then I have, like, as you can see, 4 little pieces in there. So that's that. That's how that's going. Over here, we have our sauce, and it smells so good. I was looking at it, I was like, wow, like, I really OD on the onion. Like, I have a lot of onions. But it's fine, because like I said, I love onions. So if you are not an onion lover or not as crazy as I am, then that's okay. Just use 1 onion. But I use 2 because I'm extra and I love cooked onions. So that's how that's going. This is the saltfish. So I rinsed it off with cold water and I just took my hands and crumbled it up. And That's what it's looking like. I also took the ackee out of the can and put that in a bowl as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add the saltfish to this mixture. I'm just going to stir that right on up in there. And what's going to happen, guys, is the saltfish is going to start to soak up like all of the sauce, which is what I want it to do. But if you guys are doing this and it's starting to soak it up to the point where it's starting to be dry, because you don't want it to be dry, you can add a little bit of oil. There's oil in it anyway. It's an oil-based sauce. So you can add some more oil if you need to. I don't as of yet. So I'm just going to get this mixed in there together. All good. It smells so good. I'm so excited. Get that mixed in there. We're gonna have to add a little bit of oil soon. And at this point, I'm gonna add some black pepper. This is so easy, guys. And not very time consuming either. I think the longest part is like making the dumplings in the dough. For me personally, that's what takes the longest in this whole process. I mean, it's taking me a while because obviously I'm recording a video and I don't have a tripod yet. So I'm like pausing and coming back and whatever. So I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper. And again, I'm sorry, I'm not very good with measuring and measurements. I just don't cook like that. I don't really have to. I kind of can just eye it out and just know like that's enough, that needs a little bit more, I need this, you need that, whatever. So I'm not good at ironing it out. I am good at ironing it out. I'm not good at measurements. So again, I have the tomatoes, the onions, the garlic, the thyme. I let that saute down. And once it was sauteed enough for me, I added in the saltfish and a little bit of black pepper. And then I'll add a little bit more of black pepper later when I add in the ackee. Now the ackee is cooked, so the ackee is pretty much just coming in the pot to get mixed in with the juices and to warm up. The ackee is cooked, that's why I didn't add that in yet. And it's soft, so I don't really want to mash it up. So that's another reason why I'm waiting on adding that in there. So this is looking good. I'm going to let this simmer a little bit and get all cooked in there. It's me banging on my pot. Extra. So I'm going to let that simmer down a little bit. This is still going. My dumpling is pretty much almost good. Still cooking on a banana though. So while that's still going, I'm going to actually cover that back up. I'm going to cover this up. And I'll be back. And when I come back, I actually will be adding in the ackee, a little bit more black pepper, and calling it quits with this, guys. It's going to be time to eat. I was actually going to do a mukbang with me eating this, but I'm not because, like I said earlier, I'm being a lazy bum, and I don't feel like making myself presentable for the camera. So I'm not. I am just going to enjoy this, and that way y'all don't got to judge me when I'm swallowing, not chewing anyway. So I'll be back. We're back. So this is what we're looking like. So good. It smells amazing. This is what our dumplings and bananas looking like. So now I am just actually going to add in the ackee. And it's really soft, guys, so because it's cooked already. So when you start to mix in your ackee, you want to just be careful not to crush it up, because you don't want bits and pieces like mashed potatoes. You don't want that. So I'm going to mix it in there as gently as I can, kind of trying to just fold it in for the most part, without smashing it up, because it's really soft. And in the can, it's in a water, in a liquid, so that doesn't help with the consistency of it. Mix it in there as best I can. It's smelling really good. And I'm going to add some more black pepper to this in a little while too. Just a little bit. So I don't want it too spicy. Like, I enjoy spicy food, but just enough, like, to where it's almost mild, like a hint of spice. I don't like my food too spicy where my eyes watering and my sinuses is being cleared up. Like, I just can't enjoy food that hot. I feel like I'm just eating a pepper at that point. I don't enjoy that. So just wanted to show you guys me mixing that in there. We have that. That's still going over there. And I'm going to allow this to simmer a little bit. Not a long time, just a little bit. I'm going to add some black pepper to it. That's enough. That's what she looking like. Yummy. And let that simmer for a few minutes. And then I'm going to be ready to plate her. So when I come back, you guys will actually see the ackee sawfish, dumpling, and green banana on a plate. Because it's only going to take like a few minutes more. Alright, so here is the finished product. I can't wait to eat this, guys. It's so good. I already taste the ackee and sawfish because, like, somebody got to be the taste tester, and y'all not here, so that's my job. Let's start off, first of all, by saying I'm using a glass plate. So your girl is showing out because I hate doing dishes, so I always use paper plates. So when y'all start to see paper plates pop up in my video, don't come for me. I do have glass plates, and more than just this one. But anyway, guys, so I took the green banana out of the peel and put it up there. Obviously, I'm not going to eat the peel. I put 2 dumplings up there. I'm going to try to keep myself only eating those 2 dumplings, but I don't know. And here's my ackee and sawfish. So this is Classy's Kitchen. Thank you guys so much for watching my video and supporting me. Please, if you have not already, like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn your post notifications on so that you can be notified anytime I upload. I am gonna definitely be uploading twice a week. That's what I've been doing. So look out for more videos to come. Share my video, guys. Share it. See if you can make this meal. Like I said, it's super quick, super easy. If you do make it, hit your girl up, leave a message in the comments, let me know how you like it, how it came out for you. So until next time, guys, adios.